You know how people keep saying AI has slowed down after GPT-4 or Gemini Ultra? Well, that's not even close to true because right now we are seeing some massive moves. Nvidia is literally expanding Europe's AI power by 50%. Microsoft just announced a $7.9 billion AI push in the Middle East. And even Coca Cola is back with an AI powered Christmas campaign. Yeah, AI is everywhere from global business deals to your favorite holiday ads. And in this video, we are not just going to skim through these headlines like a newsreader. We will actually go deeper. I will explain what these updates mean, why they matter, and how they might affect you. So grab your coffee and let's start with something that a lot of you have been waiting for. A major move from OpenAI that's finally going global. OpenAI has finally launched the Sora app for Android and it's now expanding fast. It's available in the US, Canada, Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, Thailand, and Vietnam, with more regions coming soon. Now, here is where things get interesting. The app is technically still free right now, but OpenAI has openly said that this model is completely unsustainable. In plain English, they can't keep generating these high quality AI videos for free forever. So they have already started rolling out paid generations, and over time, the number of free generations will gradually decrease. This move makes total sense if you think about it logically because Sora 2 isn't some small AI toy, it's a full blown text to video engine that can generate near cinematic quality clips. Every video requires massive GPU power, so the shift toward monetization was only a matter of time. But what really surprised me are the new creative tools they have added. Alongside the original cameo tool, which lets you appear inside your AI video, there is now a character cameo feature. This means you can add specific characters into your clips. Now, while OpenAI is pushing creativity forward, Nvidia is busy building the engine that makes all these possible. Because without GPUs, all of these AI models like Sora, ChatGPT, Gemini literally can't run. So here is the update. Nvidia and Deutsche Telekom are teaming up to create what they are calling the Industrial AI Cloud in Munich, Germany. And this isn't a small project. They're installing 10,000 Nvidia's Blackwell GPUs, which will boost Germany's AI computing capacity by nearly 50%. That's huge. Let me explain what that really means. In simple words, GPUs are the brain power behind AI. Every time a model like ChatGPT or Cloud gives you an answer, it's using thousands of GPUs to process that data. So when Germany adds 10,000 of the world's most powerful Blackwell chips, it's like adding a whole new continent out of AI energy. But the name Industrial AI Cloud is interesting. This isn't about chatbots or writing tools, it's about bringing AI into factories, logistics, and real world industry. So imagine a factory that uses AI to predict machine failures before they happen, or a logistics company using real time AI models to optimize routes and save fuel. That's where this is heading. AI that actually runs the physical world, not just digital tools. Now, the smart move here is location. By building this in Germany, Nvidia and Deutsche Telekom are helping Europe reduce its reliance on US or Chinese AI infrastructure. Because right now, most AI computing happens in the US, mainly on Microsoft and Amazon servers. Europe wants more independence, especially for privacy and data security reasons. And here is a small insight. If you are in Europe, this could open massive opportunities. Companies there will soon need developers, prompt engineers, and AI consultants who understand how to use this new infrastructure. The demand for local AI talent is about to explode. So overall, this project isn't just about GPUs, it's about Europe trying to take control of its AI future, and Nvidia is right at the center of that shift. And speaking of global expansion, another tech giant, Microsoft, is making a similar power move, but in a completely different part of the world. So while Nvidia is boosting Europe's AI power, Microsoft is quietly laying the foundation for something massive in the Middle East. They just announced a $7.9 billion investment in AI infrastructure and talent across the UAE. And this is going to run through 2029. Now, $7.9 billion isn't just a number. That kind of investment can literally reshape a country's tech ecosystem. Microsoft plans to build new data centers, train local AI talent, and work closely with the UAE government to integrate AI across industries, from healthcare and education to defense and logistics. Here is the logic behind it. The UAE has been positioning itself as the AI capital of the Arab world for a few years now. They even have a minister of artificial intelligence. That's how serious they are. And with Microsoft joining hands, it's not just about software, it's about building infrastructure. Because at the end of the day, whoever controls compute and data centers controls the future of AI. Now let's look at the strategic side. Why would Microsoft invest this much here? There are two reasons. Number one is energy. The Middle East has the cheapest energy on earth, and AI data centers consume a ton of power. Placing AI infrastructure in the UAE means running massive models at a lower cost. And second is geography. The UAE sits between Asia, Europe, and Africa, a perfect global data hub. That means faster connectivity and lower latency for users across 3 countries. And here is a tip. If you are an AI researcher, engineer, or even a student in the region, this is your moment. Over the few years, expect a flood of AI-related jobs, research programs, and startup founding in the UAE. Microsoft always pairs infrastructure with opportunity, so those who skill up early will be in huge demand. This also tells us something bigger. AI is no longer just an American or Chinese game. It's becoming truly global. Countries are realizing that they can't just rely on importing AI tools. They need to build and host them locally. So in short, Microsoft isn't just investing in servers, it's investing in the next generation of AI builders in the Middle East. But while companies like Microsoft and Nvidia are busy expanding AI infrastructure across the world, not everyone is moving in the same direction. In fact, some countries are tightening control, especially when it comes to who gets access to the most advanced AI chips. And that brings us to a major geopolitical update. Recently, Trump's advisors reportedly blocked a plan that would have made it easier for Nvidia to export its high-end AI chips to China. And this decision came right before an expected meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping. So let's understand what's really happening here. Well, Nvidia's most advanced chips like the 800 and the new Blackwell series are the engines behind every major AI model. These are the chips used by OpenAI, Google DeepMind, Anthropic, and pretty much every cutting-edge AI system out there. The US government sees these chips as strategic assets, almost like the modern version of nuclear tech. Whoever has them can build the most advanced AI systems. China, of course, wants access to these chips too, because without them, training massive AI models takes way longer and becomes much less efficient. That's why this export restriction is such a big deal. When Trump's advisors blocked the easing of these rules, the message was clear. The US wants to keep its lead in AI hardware no matter what. Now, the logic behind this move is both political and economic. Politically, it's about power. AI is seen as the next battleground for global dominance. Economically, it's about securing America's chip industry. Nvidia and other US chip makers have a huge advantage right now, and Washington doesn't want to risk losing that to competition from China. But here is the flip side. Restrictions like these often push countries to innovate faster on their own. So even though China can't buy Nvidia's latest GPUs, they are now doubling down on homegrown chips. Companies like Huawei are already testing powerful AI processors that could eventually rival Nvidia's. It might take time, but this kind of pressure always accelerates local innovation. And if you are someone who follows the AI market, this is something to pay attention to. Because these chip restrictions don't just affect politics, they affect AI progress itself. Every delay in chip supply means slower training for models, delayed research, and higher prices for AI services worldwide. So yeah, this decision isn't just a policy update, it's a reminder that the global AI race is not just about who builds smarter algorithms, it's about who controls the hardware that makes AI possible. So if you are building, investing, or even just trying to stay ahead, now is the time to understand not just the tools, but the systems and politics behind them. Because the people who grasp how all these pieces connect are the ones who will stay ahead of this next AI wave. And if you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I will keep bringing you deep, logical updates on how AI is changing not just the tech world, but the world itself.